Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for tuning in today at the International Women Entrepreneur Show. I am very pleased to welcome another empowered woman in the region. She is one of those notable Emirati women who is thriving and inspiring others to become a better version of themselves. She pursued her studies at Al Ain University of Science and Technology with a degree of Bachelor of Science in Applied Psychology. She is a certified strength life coach. She has been featured in several newspaper columns in which she shared the driving force for her to achieve her success in this field. This inspiring Emirati explained that the field of training contributed to her success in overcoming many of the hardship and harsh social and psychological conditions that she went through in the past, because it guided her to the right path and alerted her to the need to focus on the strength of her personality and how to invest in them, whether on the social or professional level. Also, one of her memorable experiences is when she appeared in front of the audience for the first time on Al Sharqiya TV from Kalba, when she spoke about her constant motivation to continue her career success in the field of academic training and leadership. Parallel to this, she is also in the midst of getting her book ready to be published about self-development. Furthermore, she is dedicated in continuing her journey on becoming an expert in the field of training and development with an exceptional name. Also, she aimed to continue to be a motivational speaker who inspire others around her to achieve their ambitions and dreams, and in turn can pass those lessons forward. Please join me in welcoming Aysha Al Naqbi. Thank you, Aisha, for being with us today. The virtual floor is now yours.
Thank you so much for an amazing introduction, Cardilla. I really appreciate it. And I'm have an honor today to be part from this forum to share with everyone and our audience the brand called You. To be honest, I'm really excited about how did you started to introduce me, which can lead me to the main subject of our, I will say, session for today. Our brand, my brand, which I have been building it in the last, I will say, 10 years, which for all of us, it might be a long time, but definitely, and I guarantee you, it's worth each moment you will invest it in yourself. So I just want to start the session by asking the audience, and there is no wrong or right, but I just want to maybe check your understanding. Can I start by asking you, what do you think the brand mean? What is it can call? Asli said legacy. Nice. Thank you, Asli. So let me see. Okay. So anyone else have a different definition of brand?
A brand is something to do with you, with yourself, and how you portray yourself to other people.
Portray. Nice, nice. How you portray yourself to other people. Okay. Good two definition to start by defining the brand. Rowena also saying you are the brand. Sally saying personality. So I can tell you that all of you are correct. You have identified the brand by a word mean to you. But let me give you the genuine definition of a brand. So the brand is I can say that it's a tangible name. You can identify a product or a company or a service to make it unique, and to, let me express it more, to be able to tell the people who are surrounded by us that this unique brand is showing in the between all the crowd. So it's a unique definition for you. It's not easy to build a brand, as we are aware that there is a lot of companies around the world, they are famous of their brands. I will not mention any name of brands today because it's not the purpose of our session, but I am sure that as soon as I say the name brand or the word brand, there's a lot of names have been come up to your vision or your thoughts. So, do you think that you can build a tangible name or a tangible brand for yourself? Do you think it's easy? It's an easy process to start? Let me know. Is it yes or no?
Not easy.
Yes, not easy. Asli as well mentioned not easy, but worth. Definitely, Asli. I totally agree with you. So as I said, that a lot of organizations have came up with their brand name, and they are working every year maybe to enhance it and develop it. But again, I really like to interact with the audience. Why do you think the brand name is important? Why I need to invest to create a brand for myself? I can walk every day normally like other people do, and do my work, go back home, sit with my family. It doesn't need me to have a brand. It's okay. But why do you think it will be better for me or for us to have a brand for myself? Visibility. Thank you, Asli. So let me ask you, Asli, and if you don't mind to speak through the mic, if you are okay with that, what do you mean by visibility?
Yeah, according to me, once you become a brand, okay, people search by the brand. So they don't, when you are not a brand, you are one in a million. But when you are brand, then you are the one. So people come straight to your light. You don't have to flash all the time. So they come to Aslı, not, something that Aslı does. So it is like visibility, if I'm using the right words, my native language is not English, but visibility is, for example, like, okay, many people are doing networking, but we regularly come to Cardella. Why? Because she's a brand. Now we know. Now we refer to it, or anyone. Now people follow her. But you understand, main light source, becoming a light source.
Yes.
That is what I feel.
Amazing. You say it very well, Asli. Thank you so much. I really want to quote from one of the words that I like. When did you say you will be the to-go person. So you will have that unique thing about you that they will not be able to find it in someone else. You nailed it. Thank you so much, Asli. So to have a brand, it's really very important to have a brand because first of all, you have the confidence in yourself. You will be doing the best that you can you are doing the true who you are. To have a brand, you will show in the crowd. People will be recognizing you when they need to go for some person or for a person for a certain reason. You will be the first name came up to their minds, to their thoughts. So it also means that you are leaving a print defining you. But to reach that point, as we said before, it's not an easy process. It takes time, but as well, it takes an effort to make it successful. I can tell you a story. Let me tell you a story about myself, and it's a real life story. So I have started to work in private sector almost 15 years ago. And when I did started, it was the booming time where UAE national started to work in private sectors. I have graduated from government school where most people or expatriates specifically know a stereotype that people graduated from government school will not be able to speak English. But since I was a child, I love to speak English. I was like watching a lot of movies and reading English books till I did develop myself. So in my first interview, the manager who have interviewed me at that time, she was really impressed from my language and my answer to the interview. By the end of the interview, she did ask me this question. And actually, they have selected me in the same day. So she had told me, from where did you know, like from where did you graduated? Which private school or private university have you graduated? And I told her, I haven't spent any year at any private schools. I have graduated from government school. But what did make a difference that day? My confidence in myself that I can do it. I will not fail. Even if I failed in the interview, I would learn. But that was the day that I felt more confident about myself and give, I would say, an inspirational for myself as well, that there's nothing can stop me. From that day, I really started to work on myself to make the brand that I am proud from that moment and going forward. So building a brand is not an easy process, as we said, and this is why I really want to emphasize on. It's not an easy process, but it will need a bravery from yourself to decide to have the brand that you are looking for. So let me ask you this question. As it is not an easy process, as I have just mentioned, but not a lot of people can create their own brand or they can feel it's difficult. Why do you think they will not be able to define their brand or to create a brand of their own? And I will be happy to hear some participants. Sally said to show, okay. Okay, perfect. Asli said lack of self-awareness and confidence, good. Sally said shyness, very nice. Nice. Okay, who else? Sally mentioned to be afraid what other thinks. Amazing. Liha said, okay, sorry. Rowena also said identity crisis. Lee has said lack of ambition and passion. Amazing. It's a lot of nice answers. It's a lot of nice answers, and it's telling. Actually, you have found the answers. It's really difficult for people to create their own brands because of the answers that you have just shared. But the most important one, the lack of self-awareness. If I don't know whom I am, what I want to be, where I want to be, it will be difficult for me to create my own brand. If I am afraid of other people and what they are perceiving me as, I will not be able to find my brand. Shyness is one reason, but shyness will be coming from the lack of confidence. What am I missing? What am I still not fulfilling myself to feel confident enough in front of people? But I will really, the selling point to build your brand is to know yourself best. But how I will know myself? It's by knowing my strengths and also knowing my point of development, the area that I need to develop myself. I don't, but in the same way or in the same time I am building my strengths, I need also to work in the area of development, but do not focus on it very much. The moment that you discover your area of strength, you will shine in front of everyone because you know that you are doing the best that you can. For example, if you have a skill in talking in front of people, it's a skill that you have. So why you will be afraid into going in front of big audience, for example, and talk about subject that you really like? For example, today is my first session in English for public. All my sessions in social media are in Arabic language. When Cardilla reached out to me and told me we are interested to have you in our forum, I told her I would be delighted to do that. I have never feared like to go in public and speaking English. I know that English is not my native language, but I know that I am able to speak the words by the way, the easiest way to make people in front of me understand the meaning that I want to share with them. I know that I am knowledgeable enough to share the content in the right way. I know that the quality of the presentation I will present in front of people, it will meet their expectation. Would I be successful 100%? I'm sure I will not be, but I would accept it as well. Do you have any questions so far? Are we good?
You're doing very well, Aisha. Maya told me that you've been speaking in public in Arabic version, but she said she will be able to do that and deliver what you are looking for in English. So she said, just go for it. Thank you so much that you have let your knowledge to be shared to us today, and in the language that you are. Not
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cardilla. Thank you. The moment I have started my journey as a coach, it was really meant to be. I'm proud of that moment, and I will be always proud about it because I knew from very long time that my passion is to share the knowledge with others. My passion is to help others. So nothing have stopped me. Yes, maybe in the beginning it was very difficult, because I was afraid to fail. I was afraid of other people's thoughts about me. But why? What was the reason behind it? Because I couldn't find the right tools to be used. I couldn't identify my strength very well, or I have let others to guide me in the way that they want. But the moment that I did discover my strength, I know the area of development, and I was sure about my targets, my goals, then I have thrilled and I have thrived through that way. That's why I'm here today with you to let you know and to give you some tips and guidance on how to build your own brand. And believe me, the first step that you will take in to start this process, it will make you feel like flying over the sky. And the moment that you breach your comfort zone, you will know that you have wasted a lot of time to start to build your own brand. But as they said, to reach late, better than not to reach at all, right? So there's no regret for any moments you have wasted before. The regret will start from this moment when you know the new information, when you know that you can do, but you are holding yourself back not to start to do the things that you really want to do. So let me ask you this question before I give you the guidance and rules to create your own brand. Do you think you want to be similar of everyone else, or you really want to stand within the crowd that you are in? What you are looking for? Make a difference, Sally. Amazing. Catalina, possibly different. Amazing. So it's good to be different, right? Rowena, I like it. To be unique. Amazing. I really love unique word. It's also give a different kind of adrenaline within yourself. So I think it's always good to be unique. It's always good to make a difference. It's always good to be yourself and to be defined as your own brand. But we do also respect people who have decided to stay normal as other people. They don't want to be shine. They don't want to be known. They don't want to be under the spot. So we do respect it because it's their choice by the end, right? And it is our own choice to be unique and to build our own brand. So I will ask you, and you may not answer this or write it, but it's for yourself. Just close your eyes for a minute and visualize the brand name that you are looking to have for yourself. Leave that moment. Feel it. So you see yourself in the space that you are looking to reach, the success that you want to do, and the goals that you want to achieve. To have that name, it really will motivate you to wake up every day to do the things that you love. Nothing will stop you, even if you are having a bad day. That momentum of your own brand and the momentum that you are leaving yourself, your true you, will make you wake up even if you are in pain. Do you agree with me?
Agree 100%. Aisha, I want to ask you something.
Yeah.
See, as what you said, building up your brand in your own for yourself. But for me, I want to build my brand to not to for me to be there, but for the ladies who my goal is to showcase them. So am I in the right direction? Because I am not a speaker. I'm not good in
Yes.
speaking in public, but I would love those women that gives me an inspiration to be there in front of the other people. So
Yes.
that brand good enough?
Definitely. I was going, so you are 1 point ahead of me. I was already going to start to share with our audience the steps to identify how can I build a brand. So, but let me answer you briefly in one thing, Cardilla. Having a brand doesn't need me to be in public. Doesn't need me to be a famous person, the whole world know about me. Having a brand mean confident about yourself, capability, and skills. No one will ever be able to break you because you know what you have. So it's the right forum. We are still in the same page with everyone. So building a brand is, as I said, to leave a print, a different print wherever you go. It doesn't need you to be in public or for public. It will start, and it's very important that you create it for yourself, right? It's not for others. It will be starting for yourself, but then it will be reflected to others, and it will shine as per your individual goals. So it depends. Do you want then to be famous? It will help you to be famous. But if you don't have a brand, it will not help you to be famous. I hope that I did answer your question. Thank you. So I will tell you 3 questions. They are really very important in the beginning to start with to build your brand. So if you don't have the answers for yourself for those 3 questions, I think it will be a good step today to go and study it, sit with yourself to know the right answers, to be able to move successfully towards the right way. The first question, and the most important, is who you are. Ask yourself this question, and you need to be honest, you need to be transparent, you need to be truthful. Do you think it's an easy question? Yes. No. 100% it's not an easy question. And do you know that there is a lot of people who doesn't know the answer for this? Because most of us, we will be afraid to see the true who we are. So it's really very important that you know this answer, who you are. How do you see yourself? What is it? Is it good words that you are perceiving yourself? Is it a bad judgment? So the true information you give yourself to this answer, it will lead you to the brand of you. But again, we have said it before. This is the awareness. You need to be aware about yourself, your strength, your point of development. Are you good enough? But I just want to tell you here, this question is not to judge you. It's not to criticize you. It's to know the true gem have been hiding inside you. Give yourself the time to clean the dust on that gem. I'm sure everyone have this hidden gem, but maybe you haven't found it yet. But how to find it is to give yourself your time. As they said, me time. You can sit alone in a very quiet area where you can ask this question to yourself and start to dig into you. Whatever you think about yourself, make a way to how I can emphasize it. So, because it's a difficult question, I don't want it to make it hard also to get to the answer. But it's really, really, really important that you tell it correctly. Do not hide yourself from yourself. Just be genuine. The moment you find the answer, it will lead you to the second question, which is how people see you. Very well. People will be reflecting your attitude, your behavior, your actions to them. So if you don't know yourself well, you will not receive any feedback from others. You will deny it. You will say, no, I didn't mean it, or no, this is who I am, which is the easy answer for people who doesn't know themselves to work on their area of development. It's who I am, and if you don't accept me, then let's be separated, right? So how you see yourself, how are others seeing you and perceiving you, which will lead you to who you really want to be. So let me see some comments here in the chat. Yes. So Ashley said she was agreeing to my statement. Love yourself first. If you love what you see in the mirror, everyone will love it. 100%, Ashley. Sally also, I think, was agreeing on it. Look like but not easy. I think Cardilla is mentioning here, I want to be perceived to be the facilitator. It's aligned to my goal. Definitely, it should be aligning with your goal. Is it okay to already have a brand and just keep working on your own self-development? 100% it's okay. But it's always good to have your personal development. And I will come in a minute why it's important. They should be aligned to each other. So your brand development should be aligned with your personal development. But it's okay to have two different goals. Ashley mentioned balance myself, yes. It's always good. So those are the three important questions to start to think about how to build your own brand. The moment you have the truth answer to it, it will help you very much to reach out to your own brand. The brand, when I told you to close your eyes for a minute and visualize yourself, what is the brand you are seeing in your vision? What you are visualizing yourself to do and be known as. So those are the three very important questions you need to work on to be able to start to have your own brand. Any questions so far? Okay. Interesting. Amazing. And I'm so really excited about this subject today. Asli also mentioned just love and gratitude. Gratitude is an amazing word, Asli. Having the gratitude for each moment we live, each gift our God give us, from the smallest to the biggest one, we will be able to live in balance and peace and also have our own brand. Before I go further with the subject, I also want to mention, which is something stood up in my mind this morning, when Cardila asked me also about some personal information to introduce me. The first publish for me in a newspaper, it was about divorcee females. And when did the publisher reach out to me to start to talk about that subject, it was very sensitive. And I started to thought, wow, I will be talking about my divorce experience and how was it difficult and how did I was successful to go after that. It was really an inspirational publishment where did I receive a lot of comments. I just want to touch this point because I know that females, when they go through divorce, they get very, I don't want to say that they are broken, because I don't want to be stereotyped that each female who gone through divorce is a broken person. No. If you have your own brand, whatever you go through, it will not affect you. It will make you more stronger. So, because I have receiving a lot of, I would say, consultant questions from females that I gone through divorce, I feel that I cannot leave, I can feel very difficult about this experience, but it will always help you if you know who you are and whom you want to be. It will help you to go through any difficult scenarios in your life. Despite you are divorced, despite you are a married female, you will be always successful if you really believe in yourself. Courage and more stronger, yes. The marriage that doesn't kill you makes you stronger, definitely, definitely. And each experience in our life. So just wanted to spot on those in this point exactly. Having a difficult experience do not define you. It's make you stronger. If you really believe in yourself, if you really have the right brand of your personality. So I will give you a few tips now to after, of course, having the true answer for the three first question I have mentioned to you. But this is just like more tips on how to build the brand that called you. So you will go out today with few tips will help you to be having a beautiful brand, to be brave to have that brand, and to be proud to have that brand. The first tip it will be yourself, be genuine. Why you think you need to be yourself and to be genuine, to have the brand called you? Do you think it's important to be genuine to people? No games last forever, Asli. Yes. Rowena, you fail 8 but stand up 9. Definitely, Rowena. I totally agree. But do you think it's okay? The first point we say to be genuine and be yourself. What's the importance of me being genuine? Okay, let me answer. So to be genuine, that means you will not be fake. You will be the true who you are. You will not be someone else to satisfy others and forget yourself. So the moment, as we said in the beginning, that you know your strengths, you know your area of development, you will be the true you. People will know you like you are offline as online. You don't have two different personalities, because having different personalities will not be able to help you to have the brand called you. That's why it's really important to be genuine and be truthful self. Also, that you need to be focused. As Cardella mentioned before, you have your own goals, but you also want to build your own brand. But you need to be focused. You have to identify those goals, to work on them, even if you failed. There's no shame to fail. You can wake up again, work, ask yourself, what did fail in the last time? And put another plan to go further and step up more or do more steps, reconnect with people, ask questions, do not stop. So focus is really important to have the brand called you. But if you are lost, you have no goals, you have no faith in yourself, unfortunately, it will not help you to be successful towards that target. Number 3 is really very important as well, to be consistent. For example, I told you that I really like to help others to be successful in their life. But if I just show it in front of public, but in the offline, if someone reach out to me and ask me, hey, Coach Aisha, I'm having a difficult day today. Can you please help me out? I would say, no, thank you. I cannot help you. Go to X person. So how do people then will perceive me? I am not consistent of what I'm telling them. I just have, like, for example, a public session. You were very wow about helping others, but in the background, you are not even answering people. So it will not work. As I said, you need to be consistent towards your words. As they said, talk the talk and walk the walk, which will lead you again to be genuine and to be yourself, to be focused. You will think all of the tips I'm giving you, they are aligned to each other. They are building on each other. So without one, you cannot have the second one. Number 4 is, and I just mentioned it between the words, but it's really important as well to have that mindset of you don't need to be afraid to fail. It's okay to fail. And do not look for perfectionist. Nothing is perfect. That's why you don't want to be afraid from failure. If you didn't fail, that means there are something wrong. And big organization, as we stated in the beginning, who have a very famous brands, they fail sometimes. but they look into it and they look to alternatives and they work it out and they will reach their success. So do not be afraid to fail. Ask people if you failed. Reach out to the expert. I did the steps, but it didn't work. From your expertise, what do you think it can work better? It's fine. 100% it's fine. Number 5, like I will say, I will finalize my session with it. It will be leave a positive impact. With all the information that you have, with your true who you are, with your ambitions, with your compassion, with your definition of the true brand that you are living or you want to be, leave a positive impact. What do you want to leave behind you? What is the legacy that you want people to recognize you when you are not around? It's really important, but will not work overnight. It will not happen in a week time. It will take a lot of effort. It will take a lot of energy. It will take a long time to be able to define your brand and leave the positive impact that you want. Even if you failed, even if you cried, even if you haven't got the amount of audience you want to have, whenever, even if you are not famous, as we said in the beginning, having my own brand doesn't need that the whole universe will know about me. But you don't know what are people telling others about you. This is the brand name that will be going around. So for example, Cardila have mentioned the way that she did connected with me. It was a word of mouth. Someone else was following me. And if you imagine, like Dr. Maya have around 40,000 followers. So she did recall me between her, in between of her audience, to recall my name in front of Cardila. This is the brand that I have built. And I am sure each one of you can build up his own or her own brand. But it will always start with you. No one can create your own brand. No one can force you to have your own brand if you don't believe in yourself. So I'm sure each one of us worth to have a brand of themselves, because we deserve to be happier. We deserve to be successful. We deserve to be who we are, right? It's by the end, it's who we are. It is nothing different from who we are. It's the true you. I think it is your vision in life. This is why you have been found on this earth to do. But I will always say, it always starts with you. So I hope I did give you some good tips today, good information about the brand called you and how to reach out to your finalized brand name. And I really wish you during this holy month of Ramadan all the success really to find your own brand. And I will be happy also to hear about your brand name one day. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time with us today, and I will be happy to receive any question if you have.
Is there anyone who wants to ask question with Aisha, please?
Thank you so much. This was so amazing, and deserve to be who we are.
Yes.
Definitely, I'm going to keep thinking about it. It's a very strong sentence, very beautiful. This is catch of the day, very beautiful.
Thank you, Asli. I really appreciate it.
Any other thing? Well, I guess everyone is very pleased and very happy with all the tips that you had given us today, Aisha. Thank you so much for being with us today. It's a lot of takeaways. I really love all those tips that you give. Be yourself, be genuine. Yeah, so authenticity is very important. Focus for sure. Yes, we are always thinking of that, becoming focused. Even me myself, I'm still working on my public speaking and everything, but I know that I have a goal. I know that I'm focused to what I wanted to achieve. And yes, it's very good. So another one is be consistent. Yes, I think it's very, very, very important because you have to do whatever you have to do to achieve your goal, and just being consistent. And I love the mindset of it's okay to fail, because everyone, you cannot just be magically succeed to whatever you do. So it's okay to fail. I love that. And the other one, which is leave a positive impact. Yeah, I think that's another one that's very important, because see, as what you said, Maya had given you a referral to me. At the same time, also, if she knows that there are speakers which are good in the market and stuff like that, she will always tell me, Cardella, reach out to this person. So I leave an impact to Dr. Maya as well, that
definitely
have a brand that can help other people as well. It's really a good thing. Thank you so much, Aisha.
Thank you. It was really a pleasure to be today with you and your team. I'm so excited to see the final outcome, and I hope maybe when it will be published through the YouTube channel, people will be having a beneficial from this session, and I would be looking forward to work with you in the future as well, inshallah.
Inshallah. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'll share it to other women who didn't attend today. For sure, they will always ask me to share this session. Thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of the Ramadan. Thank you all for tuning in.
Thank you.